Spurs food. So we did some Spurs. Hello. I just realised that's a new camera. Nice, James. Welcome to an Echo of Glory. Hello, everybody. I'm Johnny Blaine. Joining me today, catering supremo Adam Nathan. Hello.
How are you?
All right. How are you?
I'm good. I don't know if you saw the comments last week that we were criticised, the three of us, for all of us were wearing black after the Newcastle game, funereal garb. So I thought I'd brighten the shirt with some dark navy
and
today.
Some Spurs merch.
And some Spurs.
Yeah. And hello, Jake Sanders. All right?
I'm good, you?
Yeah, good. We were chuckling as we came on air because I don't know what you two were talking about.
Just don't mention it.
Well, I'm going to because...
We might be violating some GDPR if you go too far.
But anyway, you came up with Christian... I also want to talk about Spurs player foods. How did you get to Christian Ziege?
We were long past foods.
Yeah, we were. It was someone's name and it sounded like
Oh, right.
Ziegler, so I just went Viegler.
Okay.
And I put two and two together.
That's terrible. Absolutely terrible. But we are, on the rare occasion, podding after a home win in the league. Spirits are high.
Sound the alarm, strike up the band.
I think rare's an understatement there.
Spirits are high. But in more exciting, bigger news, we are finally, and I hope James is in there to press the button, giving away this. Yeah, look at that. It's time. We promised you the Micky van der Venn signed Micky van der Venn shirt would go after the Brentford game, and we're going to do it. We're going to do it later on today. We'll do it just after we've dissected the Brentford game and before we talk a bit about tomorrow night's game in the Champions League against Slavia. We're going to give it away. We've got a spinny wheelie thing. I have been given the Launchpod Studios Peace Prize before, like Trump was given that by FIFA. We're going to have the village people come on and sing. Who would you have at your draw ceremony to play it out?
Oh, blimey. This is a WhatsApp conversation. Come prepared with a couple of bands. Who are you going with?
I know they're not with us anymore, but Chaz and Dave.
That'd be good.
Yeah. Who I think are underrated musicians, as well as obviously being Spurs fans, which is why I like them. So I'm going Chaz and Dave.
I'll have the guy that wrote Inspirations, the famous song that used to play when Spurs scored a goal between like 1999 and 2003. Can I have him?
Yes, you can have him.
Perfect.
Jake?
I haven't a clue.
You haven't got a clue.
Give me more time.
All right. If you want to put in the comments who you would have play you out of your draw ceremony, that was something, wasn't it? It really was.
Did you see some of the clips going around with Rio?
Yeah.
Saying, who was that guy saying, have you ever scored past?
He was an actor.
Yes, he is.
Was it he was doing all the interviews. No.
Was it a piss take?
No, I think it was just unscripted.
All right, mate, that wasn't
like this, it was just unscripted nonsense.
Bit harsh.
Adam,
I still have that.
Christopher Hall still has that
What
on
is that music?
You must remember Inspirations. Da, 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 da. It's that Gary Doherty flying header, then comes Inspirations. You can't find it anywhere. I have to get
you must be able to find a goal.
It's not on anywhere. I have to get Chris to send a CD in.
I got my season ticket in 2001, and I'm pretty sure it was the first 3 seasons.
Yeah, they did that, and they used to have like a medley of absolutely terrible Spurs songs before the game, like Leslie Ferdinand, and then one. They used to it was
goal
awful.
Music is terrible.
Yeah, but that was elite.
So unnecessary.
Christopher Hall also says, in the day of positivity, has to be some negativity. Can we talk about one of the worst sub appearances in the history of Tottenham Hotspur Football Club? I don't know who he means. Odebear?
He hates Odebear, Chris, so it must be him.
Right.
It must be.
I'm surprised Chris was still in the stadium. Must have been past 75 minutes. He's normally long gone by then.
Yeah. And Paxton Spur asks, what's a CD?
Paxton Storm.
Sorry, Paxton Storm. What's a CD? Ask your grandparents. Right. Should we crack on? Should we do some football? Club news. What's happened this week? The 18s lost 4-1 at Brighton. I feel all our youth teams just lose to Brighton. Brighton have obviously got a pretty good youth set up. The 21s didn't play. They seem to be on some 2-month break, unless I was looking in the wrong place.
For no reason.
They didn't play. And the women beat Villa 2-1.
They're flying.
Yeah, they've got one fewer point than they did in total last season. 0-0. Then Villa had a player sent off. Then Spursied it, went 1-0 down. Villa just broke away and scored. And then Spurs scored 2 goals in the last 5 minutes.
The only shame about the women doing so well is the game should be at the stadium. Got like they're having their best season ever, and it's at like in front of 1,000 people at Leighton Orient. It just feels a bit.
It annoys me.
It
annoys me like they do at Wembley with the corporate, which is always empty, and the camera is always on showing that side.
Mm-hmm.
Stick the fans on that side at Orient so we can see them.
Yes, agreed. It just looks like a reserve game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
So that has happened off the pitch. They announced yesterday that they're going to Sydney on July the 29th. If you're a Spurs player and you're going to the World Cup and you look at that,
But it doesn't make. But you're not going to be going.
well, it's
They'll have to. It's the pre-season tour.
Yeah.
But you won't be going.
it's 2 weeks before the season starts.
Yeah, but they'll fly on the 25th, right? The World Cup final's on the 21st. So
there will be players who
any
don't travel.
player that gets to the World Cup quarterfinals will not be going. I guarantee you, will not be going.
So all the England ones. Whey.
So I mean, I don't know how many we've got that have actually. Maybe I don't know. Do we have many? Maybe Simmons, Van der Ven,
Romero,
Richarlison. I don't know. Maybe there won't actually be that many because we've got no England. Have we?
Semenyo for Ghana. Kudos.
I mean, what a pointless tour if you can't have your whole squad together.
That is incredible.
How stupid is that?
well,
Well, I know,
exactly.
obviously,
to
that
play Chelsea as well. I mean, seriously.
well, they won't have anyone left. I know the money
it's
is obviously
unbelievable,
it's all about money in pre-season, getting new supporters or whatever.
Pre-season
But
tours should be. We should do what we did this year in tournament years. Go and play Luton, Reading, Bayern Munich. To go to literally the furthest away country on the planet from here in a World Cup, the longest World Cup year ever is wild.
Will it be a better tour of Australia than the current England cricket team?
will there be 2-0 after 6? 2-0 down after 6 equivalent minutes or 6 days?
Well, they were against Fulham.
Yeah, that's also true.
And the other bit of club news is that Sonny's coming home,
Oh yeah.
but coming home at a game where there might be nobody there. Do we think they've done it because there might be nobody there? Or it was Sonny was like, this is the only day I can come.
I think we've done it because Frank has finally realised we have no good left wingers, and he needs to play.
Right, you're going to play him.
I suppose the answer to your question depends on which side of the cynical axis you fall upon.
Yeah.
Well, the fact that they've done it and then got him to put out a message is a bit like,
Do it at home to Liverpool.
oh, well, let me just check
2
the
weeks.
Champions League ticket. Oh, yeah, they're the two smallest allocations of the season. They're the two smallest attendances of the season, and it will be even smaller before Christmas.
Well, for me, that you do it at home.
It's
to
not
Liverpool.
actually. Do you know what? I slate the club a lot, but it's a smart move.
Yeah, I'm
Fair
going.
play
I'm going
to them.
tomorrow anyway. I was going anyway, but I think I probably would have tried doubly hard to go if I didn't have a ticket.
Are they doing it
for it.
before the game or during
Not
the
sure.
game?
I remember Gareth
Like
Bale's
half-time.
first ever comeback was half-time of that 4-1 Chelsea game under Ange.
Was he really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think everyone was so.
Wait, but he'd
just-
already played for us twice.
He played for us, but he hadn't come back to because that was COVID year. So it was the first time he'd been back in the stadium with fans. Was that game? I don't think anyone realised because it was such a scrambled brain first half.
Honestly, I didn't know that, and I was at that game.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
He was there. He was the half-time guest,
I
and
think my head
no
had
one
gone
realised.
at half time after Madison and Van der Ven had got injured, and
Yeah,
I did not know that.
I'm just annoyed because I'm working tomorrow night, so I can't go. And I'd love to.
It'll be amazing.
I'd love to
Will
wave
there
them
be a load of Koreans there again? Will there be
there you
Korean
go.
mafia?
the last dance.
There, the last dance.
Yeah, if they can get hold of tickets, and as Christopher Hall says,
Well, it should be a big crowd just because of that.
buy a ticket,
should
be at the
be.
game, and obviously I would ask everyone to buy a ticket if Sonny wasn't there. But we know it's getting too expensive, and it's Christmas, and I think that maybe they've done it because
That's
I'll be there in
classy
tribute
touch from
to
Craig
all the
Silver.
what's that,
incredible
Craig Silver?
stock.
I'll be there in tribute to all the incredible Prague stands I've heard.
That is pure class.
I don't get that. Well, I missed out.
We're playing team from
We're
Prague.
playing Slavia Prague.
Is that thing on?
It's too early in the morning. It's far too early in the
One
morning.
other bit of club news, by the way, before you forget, as you posted in the WhatsApp group, we've officially got our second Ballon d'Or entry, courtesy of Vuskovic.
Yes.
Ballon d'Or or Puskas?
Pushkas.
Oh, sorry, not Ballon d'Or, Puskas.
He could win a Ballon d'Or.
That is an outrageous goal for anyone that's not seen it.
Yeah, go and look online.
Absolutely outrageous.
Vuskevic's goal for Hamburg against Werder Bremen.
It was like a
yesterday.
goal that Mkhitaryan scored, if anyone remembers that, for United a few years ago. That, what do they call it?
Scorpion kick.
Scorpion kick, flick. Outrageous.
He looks a player, doesn't he?
Yeah, it looks very good. Like I keep seeing some people saying he may not have the pace to play one position, but something that I don't know. Let's get him back sooner rather than later. Get him in the team.
I actually had a look this morning just to see how much he's playing. He's played 19 consecutive 90 minutes since the start of the season for club and country. He's not missed a minute. 19 in a row since August.
Is he 19?
He's
Or is he
18.
Yeah. So I was talking.
That is mad, though, for an 18-year-old to be given that much exposure.
I was talking to someone at work yesterday about Vuskovic, and we've not seen him. Oh well, next year, we can get rid of Dragusin, and maybe we will because we've got Vuskovic coming back. How many 19-year-olds play centre back in the Prem?
Yeah, but
if you're good enough, you're old enough.
How many 19-year-olds get as much exposure as he is? He's going to come back at 19, play 50 games in Belgium. He's going to play 50 games in Germany. He's probably going to go to the World Cup at this rate. I don't know much about Croatia, but I know he started the last game and he's in the last few squads.
In the squad, yeah.
I mean, he's going to come back as a 19-year-old with well over 100 games under his belt. So, I don't know. Yeah, it could be perfect to learn from Van der Ven and Romero.
Looks a real talent.
He's in their leader group.
They have a leadership group, like
18 years
like
old.
Spurs. Okay, let's get on to it. We've said all along we want to back up decent performances / results away from home with a home win. Newcastle, I know you guys were on last week. Say what you want about the performance. That's a good point. Ultimately, you look on the score, on the results, it says Newcastle 2, Spurs 2. You take that and you run. But I thought Fulham was a free hit, sort of a week ago, whatever it was. Brentford.
Why was it a free hit?
No, but, okay, sorry, I don't mean free hit. When you look at the games you want when you want to kick your bad home form into touch, Fulham at home is one of those games. Well, I forgot that Brentford certainly is one of those games. Not even in hindsight, true, but they were terrible. But we had to go out there and beat them. And he changed. He said in the week, Thomas Frank, that he still didn't know his best team, his best lineup. Well, shock horror. We know that, Thomas, because we've been picking the team for you for weeks, and you stumbled across it. He went with Vicario, Porro, Romero, Van der Ven, Spence in the back four. In front of them, Bentancur and Gray. In front of them, Kudus, Xavi Simons.
The name rings a bell.
Yeah. Randall Kalimawani on the left and Richarlison up front. So when the team came out, rejoicing in my house that Xavi Simons was allowed to play football. I didn't expect to see Bentancur and Paulinho in this together.
It couldn't.
No, it couldn't. I'm pleased to see.
It had to be one of Gray or Bergvall.
Yeah, pleased to see Gray given a game. And ultimately, you went. I'm not saying there was, raucous cheering throughout the ground. Although actually, you wanted to talk to me about the Villa goal that Villa scored.
Yeah.
How was that when Villa scored in the ground?
I've not had that for so long, and I can't remember where it was recently. But one of my Arsenal mates was telling me about when we played in an early kickoff and conceded, and I thought that is always us. When all them lot are together before a 3 p.m. game, we lose an early kickoff. Why do we never get that? And then, yeah, it was like that whole scramble, and when Dia scored, and it was very loud. And from that moment on, I thought, we're definitely winning today. There's a good vibe in the stadium.
Well, best noise for me was Ben Stokes in the Ashes at Headingley.
Yeah,
and then we lost 1-0 at home to Newcastle.
Just quickly, at the old ground at White Hart Lane, I don't know why, did they used to have screens of other games in the concourse? They didn't, did
No,
they?
I think they might have shown some games on the big screen, like on the Jumbotron.
Yeah.
They used to have the Grand National on the Jumbotron at
Yeah,
half time.
I
I remember
remember
that.
that.
Yeah.
But I just was thinking, because throughout Spurs, you can watch it anywhere. Sometimes they have like 2 different Sky channels on.
Yeah.
And I just thought, at White Hart Lane, I never remember doing that, but I guess that is...
I hope they're paying for that legally and not using a fire stick.
But yeah, it was...
Anyway, when you see the team and you're in your car or on the train or the bus or wherever, you're walking to the ground and you see the team and you see Kudus, Simons, Kylie Mwani, Richarlison, but he's still a forward player, you think, I might enjoy this afternoon. And football's a lot about vibes and forward momentum, and I suspect you were there. The crowd, there was a sense of excitement and anticipation that actually we might see some forward thrust.
Well, the thing that I noticed firstly was the cheer when Xavi Simons' name was read out. Also, Frank referenced Vicario, which was noticeably louder. But you could when you can tell, it used to happen with Son or Kane everywhere, they get a louder cheer. Xavi Simons was by far the loudest. It was almost like a message from the fans of you should be starting him more kind of thing. But yeah, I just felt good. That's the first thing I've been looking at in a team sheet at the moment the last few weeks. Don't really give a toss about the rest. Is Xavi Simons playing? Yes, he's playing. All right, whatever, the rest will sort itself out. And it's an exciting team that we've just been wanting to see for ages. Have we seen that attacking 3 yet?
No.
Maybe
No, I don't think
Everton away. I don't know if Mwani started up front. I don't know if we've seen them 3 in them 3 positions.
Yeah,
in a
Richarlison
row.
didn't play against Everton.
Came off the bench.
Yeah, I think
Johnson played.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that, especially me, have slated these forward players for weeks and weeks and years, but those 3 are so good like individually, they're all quality. Simmons, I know he's not settled yet. Kudus, we know what he can do. Colomwani, is a 3. Not many in the league have got better quality players than that.
I agree.
At their best.
We've talked all along about we don't have Kane, Son. You're not going to replace those.
Like outside of City and Arsenal, no one's got.
Well,
Chelsea don't have that.
On paper,
Yeah.
well, Chelsea's is pretty strong, but on paper, you look at Richarlison, Kudus, Colomwani, Siemens. That's what. Listen, it's not all about attacking football. You've got to have balance, but that's what Tottenham fans.
If we
want
came
and
up
pay to
against
see.
like Atletico Madrid or someone, or in Inter Milan that stumbled across them 3, you'd go in the Champions League. Don't fancy that today.
Yeah.
You wouldn't, would you?
Yeah.
You wouldn't.
You see a lot of people saying, Frank last year had a better front 3 at Brentford with Mbuemo, Wissa and Sharda. He didn't. Like he found a good functional system to get the very, very best out of those players.
And Sharda
but
looks a bit
none of
lost
those
without him
players,
now as well.
like none of those players are necessarily. I think Kudus versus Mbuemo, I would imagine both United and Spurs fans are very happy with the player they've got.
I think Kudus is a better player, but Mbuemo's always going to get more goals.
Yeah, which
Just
is
'cause
fair.
he's a better finisher and he's a bit more, comes inside and shoots, whereas Kudus does a lot more without sort of scoring.
But that's what's been so frustrating all season. I certainly think we've got much more quality than we've been showing, and we should be going out. I don't want to say arrogantly, little old Brentford or whatever, but you would expect that a Brentford team that have lost 6 out of 7 away games are very much finding their feet under a new manager. We should be going out and beating them as handily as we did, and so in a way, and that's not a knock. It's actually really good that we've finally done it because there's 4 or 5 games so far this year that you would say we really should go out and beat these, and finally we've done it. So hopefully that's a green shoot of recovery for the season.
Yeah. What was I going to say? Yes, it was 5 changes from Newcastle. Spurs have made 42 changes in the Premier League this season. Only Chelsea, 46, have made more, and that's because Chelsea have got a squad of 47 players. It's the 5th successive game that Thomas Frank has made at least 4 changes to his starting lineup in the competition. I know we've had a few games, the Champions League and midweek Premier League. I understand there's been a lot of changes throughout the league over the last 2 weeks. For me, again, it says he doesn't know his best team, and I know he will adapt. But we talk about what he played in the front 4. Interested on your thoughts, Ad, on Bentancur and Gray. For me, I watched the game. Unfortunately wasn't there, but I watched the game live. Didn't notice Gray until I thought, where's Archie Gray? And there he is, winning the ball, winning a tackle, tidying up. He's 18, 19. I don't know, what is he? He's a really safe player,
Yeah, he is.
and not noticing him is a compliment because he didn't do anything wrong, and he just got on with the game. He did it really well. For me, we talked about Siemens. Next 10 games has got to play. It didn't happen. Maybe it will now. It's Gray and Bentancur, or it's Gray and Palhinha.
I think that has to be the end of.
It's got to be the end of Palhinha and
Has to
Bentancur. For me, Gray needs to play. I know we've got a lot of games again coming up, and he may rotate, but not first name on the team sheet. But for me, it's him and one other at the moment.
Yeah, that would still be Bergvall for me at this stage. I
don't think you can play Gray and Bergvall together.
Why not?
Because I still think you need a bit of experience in there, and I don't know if.
I think if you're going to play Graham Bergvall, tomorrow would be the game to do it.
I don't mind.
I know
it
it's a
tomorrow.
Champions League game, but it's a home game against a really weak opposition. You wouldn't fancy going to Forest, Liverpool, Palace away, Brentford away without Paulinho or Bentancur.
Do you know why, Ad? I think Gray's a very intelligent player. Look at the family, and what a dynasty of footballers, but you can see he's a very intelligent player. Bentancur can be sloppy, but he's won Serie A. He's played 70 times for Uruguay, whatever it is.
Yeah, but he's stunk the place out so many times this season.
Okay, well,
I get the experience factor, but it sort of strikes me that people just throw,
You're playing him purely
manager
because
deserves
he's
time.
older.
Yeah, manager deserves time. Players experience. I don't know. There has to be at some point where we've thrown Gray and given him a chance, and we're now saying play Gray every week. I don't know why that wouldn't happen, or at least give Bergvall the opportunity to earn the rights for the same thing.
I'm saying Bentancur because he's the player we have. I love Bentancur. I've made no secret about that. I would upgrade him. We don't have anyone to upgrade him with at the moment. I think Bergvall is a really, really good talent. I don't think he's that intelligent a footballer at the moment. I think he's got a lot to learn.
Nowhere near as much as Gray.
No, Gray is by far the more intelligent footballer. I don't think in a Premier League game I would be happy. If you're assuming that Siemens is going to play now, I wouldn't. Gray, Bergvall and Siemens seems not smart enough for me in that midfield.
Is that because you don't think Gray's good enough to play as the deepest midfielder?
I wouldn't want him to. I want him to play just in front of that, like a 6.5. If we're going to use the kids speak on football positions now.
Well, it feels like maybe, I don't know. It's a bit of a weird one. I feel like it's so game dependent because Salah comes into this as well, doesn't he? If we're going to play him, or we're going to play him as a number 10, I don't know. But there's so many different
I think
options.
Salah's gone down the pecking order.
A lot of people want to see Gray, Bergvall, Simmons, but then it's like, how young is that? You know, sort of 2 19-year-olds and a 22-year-old. It seems very. But as Ad says, you know, Bentancur's let us down so many times this season. So what is the worst that could happen if we played that 3 at Forest on Friday? It's not Galatasaray.
Like Bentancur was appalling at Newcastle.
He's been appalling. Even someone just said Bentancur was the best player on the pitch for the first hour. He was not the best player on the pitch for the first 20 minutes. He gave the ball away twice, and one of them, Brentford nearly scored from Thiago.
I agree that he's not playing well, and he may well be. He's signed a new contract. I was going to say his days may be numbered. The injuries are done for him, and he's not playing well. I thought he played okay Saturday. Again, I just don't think that Gray and Bergvall is smart enough, strong enough, experienced enough.
Strong enough is what I'd worry about.
Also strong enough.
Yeah. Are they good enough passers? I know we don't have many good passers. Gray's getting much better technically. That was the only thing I worried about last season with him. He looked a little bit technically limited, maybe because he was out of position at centre-back a lot, but he's brave as well. He's happy to play them balls through the lines.
And he's played a lot of football. He still played a lot of games last year, just not in the position he was supposed to be playing, and he played a lot for Leeds. I remember Ollie came on here and talked about Bergvall maybe 8-10 months ago, and he got a bit of stick for it, but I agree with what he said. Bergvall it was a bit longer than that maybe. Bergvall could maybe do with a loan. He's brilliant, but at the time he's come out of Sweden, which is a really low.
But that was pre-January, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was. But Gray's smarter, and I think can now start Premier League games on a regular basis. Bergvall for me is still going to be in and out.
Yeah, I don't know. From a combination standpoint, I sort of want a passer and a carrier. And for me, when I think of the best of what I've seen from Bergvall, that United game last year, when he was just taking the ball past Casemiro like it wasn't even there. Like I think
you could take the ball past Casemiro.
Well, I'm a world-class player, but I do think Bergvall's been misdiagnosed, and we think, you know, we've got this image in our mind of like a creative, intricate player. For me, he's a deeper player that takes the ball forward. He's not a finishing piece for me. So I quite like the idea of having Gray as sort of the blocker passer and Bergvall as the blocker runner, setting quite a solid foundation. Like I don't know, I'm just out on Bentancur. I don't see the value. If we're doing stuff like putting Gray in for the future Tottenham, then I would go the whole hog and do the same thing with Bergvall and just see what you've got personally.
For the record, quickly add, yeah. I know I'm not here to talk about transfers and stuff, but Bentancur could still go in the summer despite signing that new deal. I don't think that's at all ruled out. Everyone thinks, because he's committed, now we've stuck with him for the next years. He could definitely go.
Arguably protecting his value.
Yeah, exactly.
Just going back, Ian Sinfield said, "Good morning, gents." Good morning, Ian. And I just want to say that, do me a favour. We don't do enough on this show is big ourselves up. Like the pod, subscribe to the pod, tell your friends, become a member, all that stuff.
I met 3 people this weekend that listened to the pod. I didn't realise, and it was great. I met all 3 listeners, and it was great. And it would be great to speak to more. So yeah, let us know, subscribe and like and all that stuff. And you can hype the video on YouTube, which is apparently quite a big thing.
I don't know what
Once
that
the
means.
video is finished, if you go into the comments section and swipe across
You can hype
once,
the video.
you can each user has a certain number of hype points, and it helps out with the algorithm apparently.
Hype the video, lads.
Look,
You've gotta
criminal,
wait
you
for
have
it to
3K
finish.
subs. It should be 10K. Yeah, bloody shit.
We know that, Craig. We're doing our thing.
I've just realised what someone said, touching on the midfield. Salah's off next week, isn't he? Which I didn't realise.
Yeah.
Is that why he's not? Are we sort of? I assume he's not going to play this week now. He's sort of playing without him, or would they use him to?
I think they
I
might.
don't know.
I think they might play him tomorrow just to give a rest to other people that are going to be playing. I know this is a Spurs pod. Can I ask very quickly before we go into the Brentford game your opinions on Mo Salah? You've been benched 3 times. Get over it.
Yeah, I mean, he's on 400, 500 grand a week, I think. Been on the bench 3 times. He's not played well this season. I'm not sure it's entirely his fault. I think the manager's just got too many players, doesn't know what to deal with. But I think you've got to be a better teammate than that.
Yeah.
I don't think the timing was great. I saw someone saying, "I bet that was a quiet coach journey back to Liverpool." After that game. How you doing, Mo? been up too much.
it's-
But the thing that look, I was actually looking up. He played every minute in the Premier League, bar 5 until West Ham.
Yeah, he did.
Then he's just
Yeah.
Did he come off the bench once this week?
Half time against Forest.
Against Forest, fine. But he's been appalling the whole year.
he really
I
has.
understand that you're Mo Salah and you're on fortunes of money, but get your head down and get back in the team. You're Liverpool's best player when you're at it.
He's been helped by the fact they've not won any of the games he's been on the bench for.
But he's basically saying,
Or
doesn't
maybe they
matter
beat
how
West Ham.
badly I'm performing,
Yeah.
I should be playing. And it's like, well, not really.
Yeah, you don't expect it from Liverpool either, to be honest. Kind of thing you expect maybe from other clubs.
But I didn't expect to see that because you know when Mo Salah does not stop in mix zones unless he wants to say something.
Right.
Oh, he clearly wanted.
He did
to
not
say this.
stop in mix zones.
Yeah.
And they got him to stop. And obviously he wanted to get, when Salah stops, it's usually a bombshell.
It's mad for Liverpool that you think they won the league sort of 4 months ago, and for one reason or tragedy for another, they're going to be. They'll probably go into January without Salah, Nunez, Diaz, and Jota.
And maybe Slot.
Yeah, like the four forwards that you would. I know they had Gakpo as well last year, but for me, if you would name 4 forwards, I reckon 80% would list off those 4 from last year first. Just
have you seen that? The Liverpool press officer.
What's that?
It's amazing. So
He's got his head in
someone
his
released
hands
the
behind,
video,
doesn't he?
and you can see it when he says, "Throw me," like the club have thrown me under the bus, and the Liverpool press officer just goes like this, thinking, "I know what's coming here. This is going to be a big storm."
Just out of interest, who did Liverpool play the first game after Salah leaves for AFCON? Does anybody know who they play after that?
It's miraculously. He'll somehow find a way to play against us and score a hat-trick and then go to
it's
AFCON.
us, right?
Yeah.
No, it's
But
us.
why is that bad?
Well, maybe he is disharmonising the whole place, and once he's gone, they'll be happy again.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll beat us
Also,
6-3 again.
Salah chucking in Kane. I think people took that a bit too literally. He wasn't
He wasn't digging out
He wasn't
Kane.
outing. I saw people saying, "Well, Harry Kane's never not scored for 10 games." He wasn't outing Harry Kane. He has been so complimentary of Harry Kane
Correct.
for the last however many years.
Correct. It was actually a
It
backhanded
was basically
compliment.
saying that he's an exception to other players that
yeah.
don't get stick. And Harry Kane did get stick. To you, that's also nonsense. But
Out of interest,
that was
Harry
absurd.
Kane's longest run since 2014-15 at club level is 8 games at the start of 2015-16. I don't remember him going 8 games without a goal.
it must have included
wonder
England.
Stuff. No, club only.
8 games for Spurs.
He probably didn't score the last few of 14-15. Oh no, he did. He scored against Everton the last game of the season.
Yeah, start of 15-16.
That's not true.
So
I'm
City,
not having that.
You're not
so
having
City 4-1 was his first game of that season. Goal of that season off the post, I think.
Also, did you see him on Saturday? Came on after an hour and just.
Well, that's a good. Someone made a good point online about that. If you watched Kane's goals, certainly the first one, he has got so much space, and
Yeah, I know,
it's
it's
not
true,
a
it's
huge
true.
surprise that someone like Simmons, has come over from a league doing so well over there. But you look at the space some of these players are afforded.
The irony of that is though, is that Xavi Simmons, about half an hour earlier, scored a goal after being given too much
Yes,
space
true.
for Tottenham.
True. Jake, just you want to take on a Premier League football statistician, you can. But 8 games, Man United away, Stoke at home, Leicester away, Everton at home, Sunderland away, Qarabag at home, sub, Palace at home, Arsenal at home, then he scored against City in the 4-1.
Yeah, I'm looking. Fair play.
Thanks, mate.
He got 1 in his first 9 Premier League games that season
Yeah.
and ended with 25.
Yeah. Right, let's get back onto Spurs. Just quickly, 3-4, all 77 says FA Cup third round draw tonight. Yes, I am working on that for TNT. 6:42.
Who do we want?
Anybody at home that isn't Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City,
or Chelsea.
or Chelsea.
It's in a really packed, when you're in Europe now with the January games, it's in a obscenely packed.
Yeah.
You've got the midweek Premier League game,
Yeah.
2 Champions League games.
Easiest team at home,
Yeah.
always, every cup.
Yeah.
When I see people saying, "Oh, not a great draw," would have been nice to get a more interesting trip than that. I never understand
Just
it.
give me
You
someone
can
at home.
semi-get it for the Champions League because you're going to go and you've got the possibility of getting... If you get the worst team in the Champions League, you're like, well, at least it's Real Madrid. Whereas
Yeah.
there's no benefit in the Premier League. People go, I want... No. We don't want anyone. We want Macclesfield at home if they're in it. I think they might be.
They are at home. Western-super-Mare, Macclesfield.
Yes, I want Western-super-Mare at home.
Away would be nice. Western-super-Mare, little trip to the seaside.
No, I want it at home. I can get the points.
Western-super-Mare.
Get the loyalty points.
All right, we've gone completely off topic, but there you go. That's probably why we've only got 3,600 subscribers. First goal, Xavi Simmons. Heard of him? Great run. A third man run.
Mhm.
Jesus
Was a
Christ.
good run.
Haven't seen one of those before. Nice ball from your mate Pedro Porro.
Yeah.
Only hoofs it up.
Pardon?
All he does is hoof it.
All of the Zoof it.
Sometimes
I thought I'd find Jesus before Porro found a player with a long pass, but
I'm not even. That's a proper pass. That's
That
not
was a
hoof.
great ball, yeah. He can do that though, but recently it's just been nowhere near.
set the stopwatch for the next million long passes, and then we'll find that one.
Great run, good ball. My mate Richarlison couldn't miss. That's Richarlison for me.
He's a myth.
No, I've just put him in the penalty area.
No, but he's an actual myth though. Like he's on a really good run of scoring. I don't know how.
If you feed him, which is why I was so annoyed when they took him off against Fulham,
Yeah.
put him in the penalty area and at half-time, pick him up and put him in the other penalty area. And don't do anything. I don't even need to give him the half-time team talk. To leave him out there and put him in the other penalty area and say, just stand there and we'll cross it.
Since that ridiculous first season when he scored one Premier League goal, his minutes to goal record is genuinely good. Like not even good. I looked at it. Outside of that season, it's like better than 1 in 2. In the
Jake,
Premier
we've
League.
said all
But
along.
that is mad though.
We said all along
because people can't get him out quick enough, and he's got a
he
better
comes
minutes to goal
alive in the
record than
area.
most players in the league.
play to his strengths. His strengths are
No,
not
I still
holding
think
the ball
I
up.
still think he's got to do more. But I mean, it's funny because Moani's been fit, and suddenly Richarlison started to score 5 in 7, is it, or something like that?
He has
4 in
scored.
6.
He has scored.
He's an elite one-touch finisher, like completely elite. It's amazing.
I don't know how though, because he looks so ordinary. I don't know how.
The kind of finish that you'd expect him to miss, like that bouncing ball off the left foot. Like I think he missed one against Luton in the first minute of the game,
where he
similar.
where he ballooned it over.
Somehow, yeah, from inside the goal, managed to get it over and wide.
8 goals in his last 13 Premier League starts.
It's amazing.
Oh, you take that. Absolutely take that. So Simons,
No one can better that apart from Haaland in the league, literally.
Thiago, but they're all penalties.
Yeah, don't worry. Don't count them.
He was rubbish,
We
by
don't
the
give
way.
them.
I'm being told to give Pedro Porro props because he's a warrior and always available. In the same way as I would never give Højbjerg props for always being available. Porro is just my blind spot. I'm not having him. I never
Everyone's
will.
allowed one of
Sorry.
those. Richarlison's mine. So Xavi gets an assist, first assist. He'd started the game well. He's probably buzzing. The goal that he scored arguably came off of, well, not arguably, it did, came from a really poor first touch. And at the time you watch him fly in, you think, oh my God, is he going to go studs up on this fella? Wins the ball back. He's confident. Does he score that goal if he hasn't assisted 10, 15 minutes earlier? We don't know. But he's buzzing, he's flying, he's in the game. No Brentford. I'm surprised no one pulled him back. And then again, a bit like Son, a bit like Van de Ven, you've still got to finish. Great to see. Like you said it, when you see these attacking players in the lineup, everyone's happy. But we're a nice bunch really over at Spurs, and we want him to do well. We want him to score his first goal, and he did it. And
It was great in the ground.
brilliant. And he must be. I watched all the angles of the goal, and Spurs do that pitch side camera. As he runs around the back of the goal, you could see him smiling.
Yeah, it was great.
And also, just for him, it's like, this is what I can do. And I really am quite frustrated it's taken Frank so long to do this. He's not his man, and we know this. And someone on Twitter, who I ended up blocking because he was just driving me mad, I was saying, we've all been saying this, that he should just be playing. And you get the response, well, how do you know? You've never managed a Premier League game in your life. Well, I'm entitled to an opinion, just as you are.
As I always say, fans are not stupid.
We're not stupid, and you said it, Ad. Who knows more about Tottenham than Thomas Frank right now? Probably us. I genuinely believe that, and he may be just trying to find his way with this team, but we've been crying out for Siemens. Not just he has started a few games, but starting in the right system. You can start him all you like, but if you're wanging balls up and hoping him to deal with it,
And on the left as well. You've got to remember, a
On
lot
the
of his
left.
starts are on the left. How many times has he been set up in a good front three? There's been games where he's had Johnson and Tell, and this one.
Yeah.
Play him with our best players in his
correct,
best
Jake.
position.
This is what we've been saying.
Look, it's easy to say, it's all come off. It was Brentford at home, fine. If that doesn't happen again, maybe it's not so true. But give him the best chance to succeed. You keep saying how he needs time.
Play him for 10 games, things will bounce off him. He'll
Well,
give
it doesn't
the ball
have
away.
to be 10 games.
You know
or
what I mean?
6
Give him a
games.
run.
Give him a proper
Make
chance.
it clear that you are in the team.
Exactly. Play him again on Tuesday, and if he's not good enough on Tuesday, play him on Sunday. And if he's not good enough on Sunday, start him again against Liverpool.
Yeah, that's the thing. Forest and Liverpool will be the kickers of.
I'm not saying he has to
when
play
you
every
think
minute throughout Christmas.
Of what he truly thinks about him will be whether he picks him against Forest, which he should. They've just lost 3-0 to Everton. They've got a tough game in Europe on Thursdays. They're going to be
Yeah, they
probably
do.
slightly
They're away
more
from home
tired.
as well.
And against Liverpool, who are not in a rich vein of form, show me then that you fancy Xavi Simons in the team.
By the way, Christopher Hall says one of the loudest celebrations I've heard all season.
We've only had about 4.
Do you know
so-
what it reminded me of? You remember when Son scored against
Leicester.
and you know, it's a bit like the whole Soldado thing. When someone's not scored for so long, and you know, I know it's not been so long, but when he starts running through, I'm start thinking this stadium, the roof's coming off here. Please score. And it was just, you know, that release of everything. When that big money signing gets their first goal at home as well, definitely the loudest, 100%. As I say, we've not had many at all, but by far the loudest. Maybe Van der Ven against Copenhagen.
I can't talk about other clubs.
It was brilliant.
But I can talk about my own club. We want to see attacking players and we want to see them do well. I mean, Stoke City might not want attacking players, I don't know. But at Tottenham Hotspur, we want to see attacking players. And we've all been frustrated that he hasn't had the minutes that he should have got. And we've all been frustrated that he hasn't registered a goal contribution yet and he gets 2 in one game. And we're all very happy. Nobody will be...
Celebration was great.
Well, exactly.
Standing on the
nobody will be
advertisement
happier than
was so
Xavi
good.
Simons. And I really, really hope, like we say, that he takes this now and shows us what he can do.
But you have to give him the best chance. You have to. Don't bench him on Tuesday. Don't bench him on Sunday. He is fresh. He's not played. He's played. That was his first start for a month since the international break, right? He doesn't need to be rested. Don't rest him. He's a young boy. Let him play football.
But if you do pick him, you have to probably pick those. You can't only play if Kudus, Richarlison and Colin Mwani are going to play together. But you have to pick players ahead of him. Kudus was unbelievable
you know my thoughts
on Saturday. Wow. Apart from that stupid flick when he put it out for a throw when they nearly scored after, and both Van der Ven and Romero wanted to start on him.
By the way, we have that once
back.
again now, don't we? We've got this new thing where Romero or Van der Ven have to make a goal-saving last-ditch tackle or it doesn't count.
Yeah. But they played the ball through the lines to Simons. Kudus had a great game, mainly because the only thing he's been doing recently is picking up your mate Porro's long balls or Vicario's long balls at times. The tactic at some point in the last few months has been get the ball up to Kudus and he'll deal with it. He was receiving the ball on the floor quickly. Simons was getting out of his feet.
There was that one, weren't there? That first one early on where it's like, that's exactly what you want. You've got your number 10 receiving the ball in their half, controlling it. And you've got your winger, your quick winger with loads of space. And it's like, give it to Kudus and, you know, go one way or go the other. Do whatever you want. We've not seen that.
Barnsley HK has just dropped the mood slightly. Is Colin Mwani injured? Has there been a pressure?
There's someone mentioned that he was hobbling through the mix zone, which he started 4 games in like 10 days. So maybe his just body's been taking a bit.
He didn't look like he wanted to come off.
He will not start tomorrow. I'd be astounded if he starts. He started PSG, Fulham, Newcastle, and Brentford. I'd be.
I wouldn't be too sorry as long if he's fit
him the night off.
to not start.
So who? What? Well, we'll go on. I guess Odegaard will start on the left from Charlton through the middle.
We'll come to it.
Talking of them, by the way, he's like a lot of us Spurs fans have said for a while. He's not having any of them left wingers, is he? He's just not. Tell didn't get a minute.
Okay, so let's talk about it.
Get a minute. Odegaard sort of was flavour of the month a month ago, and now he's not started for weeks.
Would you be happy with Colin Mwani being our left winger?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm not complaining. But he sort of tried to. I guess he tried to give Odegaard the longest run and persist with him, and it didn't really happen. I mean, he's completely washed his hands with Brennan Johnson. The only reason he played him against Newcastle is because it was a midweek game, and you know we've got another game and another game, and we have to play him eventually. But it's the same with Tell. He looks like he's not interested in Tell anymore, having played him a few games in a row. And I know he can't play in the Champions League,
which is mad because Tell has contributed to.
I know.
Like, I'm not saying that maybe he has been brilliant, but stuff
Well, that
often
Solanke
happens
thing
when Tell comes on.
Daft as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. You can't.
He should have been playing instead of Solanke.
For as long as Solanke's going to be out,
missed the whole of the Champions League.
You've basically got Richarlison and Colin Mwani, the only two that he seems to trust as left wingers and strikers, which does leave you pretty short.
Why can't we? We can take Maddison out of our squad, can't we?
He wasn't in it.
Wasn't in it. We can take someone out of our squad.
Kulusevski and Solanke are both in it.
Kuli's not in it.
He's in the Champions League squad, isn't he?
Not.
Oh, Solanke's in it.
Solanke's in it. But why have they waited? Why have they waited tonight? I don't really get it. Why have they waited tonight? Why have they waited to now?
I think
to
you
do
can do it
Because
for the last 2 games.
yeah, but when Solanke got badly injured and had surgery in middle of
It's just a
September,
knock.
why didn't they?
No, he's back on the grass. But straight after international break, he'll be back. Don't worry about Solanke.
But why seriously, why didn't it, when it gets to October, go, yeah, let's just leave it out? Even if Solanke then comes back in January and can't play, at least you've got Tell for the next 5.
Going back to my original question, which is, would you be happy if we signed Colin Mwane and he sort of just became our left winger who can play out down the middle?
Oh, you mean sign him?
Yeah.
No, I want a proper left
I'd
winger
rather
in
Semenyo.
January. I think that's an essential buy.
I think we'll go for Semenyo and then he'll just end up at Liverpool or Arsenal.
Kulusevski's not in the squad.
Probably, yeah.
Kulu's not in the squad.
Look, again, he's been trying to find the right players. The whole thing has been a bit of an experiment for Frank, but I don't know. I think it's been too much of an experiment in Premier League games, and I wouldn't be sorry to see Colin Mwane be our left winger. If we don't sign one in January, I don't know. I think he's all right out there. He's played there plenty.
He's classy. You can see why he's played for the best, or one of the top international teams, and got signed for a lot of money. It's not quite happened for him, has it yet?
He needs to settle at a club.
Yeah.
Stop.
No, but I mean at us.
Well,
it's
right.
not quite happened. He was brilliant against
So
PSG.
stop going on loan to clubs. Sign for a club and make a position
I don't think
or a
we'd
club
have to
your
pay
own.
a ton of money for him. He's the exact kind of player that we need if he's fit. Someone that can play in 2 positions.
Do you feel you need to be in the Champions League to sign him, or Europa League minimum?
Not definitely.
Europa League
I don't
minimum.
think he is. Mwane's not some big time Charlie.
I don't know. You look at the clubs he's played for.
But what? Frankfurt to PSG, where it didn't really happen, and then Juve, and doesn't really play for France. Sometimes going to a club like Spurs might, get himself back on track, even if he uses as a stepping stone for a couple of years.
There's no value to signing him now, though, is there?
No.
What would be the
We
point?
might as well
No,
wait
in the
for the
summer.
season.
Oh, yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
All right. Overall, you have sat here and gone, this guy's not for us. I've not changed my tune on Saturday. I thought Saturday was excellent. It was the right team. It was the energy. We got that monkey off our back with a home win. Brentford were terrible, but also we've played against terrible teams and not beaten them. So you've got to play well. You can only beat what's in front of you. And we did play really, really well. Nothing's really changed for me. I hope that's a stepping stone. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think it would be terribly fickle of me, having been quite critical of Frank, and probably, I did raise the finger and dismissed him a couple of weeks ago, and I don't think one victory is going to change that for me. I asked on our WhatsApp group, what would Frank have to do to win you all the way around again? And I think ultimately it's probably an unrealistic number of wins in a row would have to be for me. I still don't fully see it. I don't really see what we're trying to do overall. It's not the guy's not for me.
Little signs of what can happen if he.
The frustrating.
I think we've got quality players.
The thing from Saturday's point of view is, and I was like really, after the game having a beer, saying this is really. The frustrating thing is that should be, a standard day's work for Tottenham, right? And we could be, as I'd said the other day, if we were 5-6 points better off, we wouldn't be far off the top, right? And the frustrating thing is, despite loads and loads of bad performances, we wouldn't have had to do much at all to win a couple of home games, and we would have been, our league position would have been so much better. And that's the point. It's like, after watching Saturday, my frustration is we could be 7-8 points better off not having done that much more. Because
but every team can say
no,
points.
but it's not, because this feels different, because it's
Yeah,
not
because
like,
we're not saying we should have beaten Chelsea. We're saying
no,
if
but
you
every
beat,
fan goes, we should have won that game. Arsenal fans will go, we should have beaten Villa. We should have beaten. But I'm not even saying we should have beaten, because for me, every single away game, Tottenham should never have a right to win an away game ever.
Wolves have got
still
2
got
points.
that 2001 mentality where every single way. But I'm talking about, I'm literally talking about Bournemouth, Villa, Wolves and Fulham, where we got 1 point from 10.
2 wins?
If we'd got 7 points, which would
even if
still
you take
be poor,
out Villa and Bournemouth, who are good sides,
just the 5.
yeah, just the 5 from
points.
Fulham and Wolves
That
would
is
have
my
changed the whole
frustration.
season.
But it's not even just the points, it's what we could have done to win them games. We didn't have to be very good to beat Wolves and Fulham. We didn't. No. We were a lot better against Brentford, but we didn't really get out of first gear. We didn't have to. We did what we needed to do. We beat them because we were good at the back, we controlled the game, and we've got quality players. You don't, that should be standard at home. We've seen that for years and years and years.
If he picks that team against Forest and against Liverpool, are you like, oh God, we could get, especially Liverpool if they're on their game? Or do you want to see that team? Pick that team now.
No one wants to see Paulinho against Liverpool home, especially against.
So pick that team.
I don't mind if it's Paulinho and
Bentancur,
but not the two of them.
Yeah.
That partnership has to be permanently dissolved.
Yeah.
You need to find the right solution, the right combination. But yeah, that can never happen again. We've been to all the toughest places we go this year. We've been to PSG, Man City, Arsenal.
We're really good at Stamford Bridge and Anfield.
They're rubbish.
Some stats for you. Spurs is 7 shots on target was a season high in the league. 7.
And we blew 2 points against United. I forgot about that as well, although that was a bit of a weird one because we were losing, but yeah.
7 shots on target was our most in a game this season. That's not Tottenham Hotspur, so excuse me for still not being that excited, but hopefully we found something. Tottenham Hotspur produced their second highest XG total in a Premier League game this season, which was 2.15. Their most shots on target, 7. Faced their fewest shots, 4. Fewest shots on target, 1. And the lowest XG against, 0.29. Brentford were bad. Again, Wolves were bad. Didn't put them away. Fulham ain't great. Didn't put them away. Fine. You still had to put teams away. Tottenham Hotspur recorded just their 4th home Premier League win of 2025 and their first since the opening day of the season, ending a 6-game run without a win. So the optics were good.
4 home wins. That is so bad, isn't it?
Yeah. What was the mood like in the ground during the game?
It was good. You sort of felt like when it was maybe sort of 60 to 80, if they get one here and they did put a bit of pressure on us, this could become really, really sticky. And then the way it's gone, you feel like we could collapse. But it was good. It was good atmosphere. It was a good vibe. I felt like there was a bit of belief and confidence for the first time, probably since August.
Just going back, I wanted to mention this actually when the lineup came out. You'll always get injuries, certainly here. Udogie again. Frustrating.
I'm such a big fan of Udogie. I think everyone is, but I just
what
worry
even is
that
this
it's never
injury?
going to happen.
They haven't said.
We'll find out more today. Frank will speak today ahead of the Champions League game. But I just feel like he's just one of them players, unfortunately, Udogie. Like, just one of them players where he's just constantly going to get niggles.
I mean, they've known this for 3 years and they've done nothing to buy him a backup.
Yeah.
We've somehow,
Which is so
when
frustrating.
Richarlison's showing you up on the injury front, you know it's bad. Because Richarlison has somehow managed to stay fit.
Do we have to give a touch wood? Do we have to give some props to Frank for maybe we've had a few injuries, but like annoying injuries like jaws and
We've got unlucky in some of them. We have definitely.
maybe the injuries have slowly started to come down. I mean, I'm sitting here saying
Well, I say
Van de
we've
Ven's
got a
not been
fully fit
injured.
squad. That's my thing. The three who you can't count. Apart from that, everyone's fit at the moment. Maybe not Udogie now, but generally we've got. You look at the bench and there's options there, whether or not they're good or not. There's options.
We're going to do a preview of Forest. We're going to do another show on Wednesday. You booked that in for me the other night when you
Content's content, baby.
with James. Can we do one on Wednesday? Yeah, we are going to do one on Wednesday after we put Slavia Prague to the sword. Before we talk Slavia, and I think James might have just gone on the phone. I want to give away this Micky van der Venn shirt. Is he listening?
I can't see through the
James?
glass.
We've been bigging this thing up for the last 6 months, and the moment I want to give it away,
He's standing up.
He's here.
He's
standing
ready.
up. Hello, James. One
1
minute.
minute.
1 minute. All right. Let's talk about tomorrow night briefly. I didn't look for a Slavia Prague journo or fan because, with respect, don't really care. we should put them to the sword.
Give us
We
a
played
précis of how they've done so far in the Champions League.
They are top of their league.
No, the Champions
Yeah,
League.
no,
just to give us a
I'm getting there.
bit more context.
Yes, you'll like this because they played a team that you have absolutely no respect for.
They lost to Arsenal, didn't they? last time?
That's the team. They, in reverse, they drew 0-0 at home to Bilbao in their last game,
Okay.
following a 3-0 home defeat to Arsenal, following a 0-0 draw at Atalanta, which is not a bad result, following a 3-0 defeat at Inter,
Okay.
and their first game was a 2-2 home draw with your friends, Bodo
Bodo
Glimt.
Glimt.
So they've scored 2 goals, haven't scored in 4, but Inter, Atalanta, Arsenal and Bilbao is pretty tough.
They drew 2-2 at home to Bodo. That's bad.
They played pretty well against Bodo. I remember watching that, one of the games I was concentrating on. Listen, Czech football their national team is poor, really having a poor time. Yeah, I mean, again, we've played most of the teams we've played in this Champions League so far. If you look at the teams we've played, Villarreal 34th, Bodo 32nd.
Wait, but you know,
hang on,
Villarreal are flying
in the Serie A.
Yeah.
So Villarreal 34th, Bodo 32nd, Slavia 31st, Copenhagen 29th, Eintracht will be played next, or at some point, 28th, Monaco 23rd. The only one of any note, we haven't played him yet, is Dortmund in 6th.
As I said to you, those 2 points dropped against Bodo will cost us top 8, and it will be
But how
really
you think
frustrating.
we're going to get 9 points from the last 3?
I think we should.
Frankfurt are
Be
bad.
astounded. I remember saying, I tried to dig this out, but I can't find it. I remember saying the day of the draw, I would not be surprised if we don't win an away game. And everyone was like, oh, no, you know. I was like, trust me, I know what we're like in Europe. And we won't. We won't beat Frankfurt. We won't. I reckon we'll get 4 points from the last 3, maybe 5.
So you had
That'd be a terrible haul.
You had 2 on from Bodo, which should have been a win. That's 7. That takes you to 17, which might not... 18, 17, 18.
We should be winning the 3 games that we've got left.
Come on, a good side.
Oh, I don't know if they are. They're going well.
no,
But they're coming to our place.
Do you know what, though?
Exactly.
Wait, so we played Dortmund in the penultimate game.
Yeah.
That Dortmund game should be a really fun game to watch.
Be massive.
But both teams are going to have to win. And there's no risk. We might as well go all out and try and win the game. And if we lose it, fine, whatever. We'll be in the playoffs. Because if we win tomorrow, we should basically be in the playoffs, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
More or less.
God, yeah.
But like, even if we were to like lose the last 2, 11 will get you in from 8 games.
Yeah, the current team, Union Saint-Gilloise, are on 6 and they're just out of it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So.
But these teams, Paphos, Union Saint-Gilloise, Club Brugge, Bilbao...
They're not going to win 2 out of 3, are they?
The
No,
chances are they're not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that Dortmund game should be...
Do we want to see... There'll be some rotation. How much rotation? I mean, Udoggy's not going to play. I mean, Davies may come in at left back. He's back on the bench. I don't like that.
Davies.
I know.
He's not played all season. I didn't realise that. Which is a bit mad.
But he might not play Van der Ven again, or I don't know. Has he had his rest?
No, Van der Ven's fine. Van der Ven doesn't need a rest.
When did Van der didn't play against Newcastle? He could play Davis left back and Spence right back to give Porro a break.
Oh, I'd be surprised. I think you need...
Well, you've still got to go and win this
Porro.
game. You've still got to go and win it. You can't...
Yeah, I mean,
fuss
look,
about too
Davis
much.
is an absolute calamity of a footballer at his age. So playing him in any game is tantamount to suicide. But particularly left, I think left centre half, he might just about be able
It's
to do
going to
a
be,
job,
I reckon, a
but-
few changes. You got to think that
Bergvall, Odegaard, Johnson.
Yeah, not Johnson. Bergvall and Odegaard.
If Kudus has
He
barely
might
had
have
a
to
rest.
rest Kudus.
Kudus barely had a rest. How lucky are we that Ghana didn't qualify for
Oh
AFCON?
my God.
Have we got a game next midweek after Forest? No. Okay, so maybe you asked, I think a lot of times fans look at these games and think, well, play your first team for the first to start with and get it won in inverted commas, then make 5 changes on 60 if you've got the game won.
Yeah.
A tricky way to do it.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we're even luckier that Ghana didn't qualify for the AFCON, so we can sign Kudus' mate in early January, preferably just before we play Bournemouth as well. So you can Semenyo.
He's not here, is he?
He's
You
there.
are. Sorry, I thought you'd gone out. I thought I heard you outside. All right.
That was
Thank
2
you.
minutes of extended elevator music in football terms, what we just did.
So we're going to get rid of this now because we've had it since. Apparently, I've got to let you know it's dark in here because we don't like the bright.
Bundesliga got a break.
Bundesliga will be on a break when
Yeah.
we play Frankfurt and Dortmund. We'll come to all of that.
No, they would have just had a break.
Whatever. I'm not concentrating. I want to get rid of this Micky Van der Ven shirt. So, we're going to get rid of this signed Micky Van der Ven shirt. I've been given the Peace Prize by Launchpod Studios. Let's do it. You had to be a member to win this. We've been saying that for months and months. And finally, the day is here. You'll get this before Christmas if you live in the UK. If you don't, we'll try and work it out. James, you're going to spin the wheel? Yeah.
Oh, Sandra's having none of it. Here she goes.
Oh my!
Just to confirm, my dad, who's on here, has said if he wins it, it goes right back in. It's Ryan. Congratulations to Ryan, who I think we do sometimes see in the comments. Ryan, I don't know if you're watching now.
He's got no idea.
If you do watch back, comment, message me or us on Twitter at EOGTHFC.
When's the cut-off?
If I don't hear from Ryan, the next show's Wednesday.
No.
That's a bit tough.
By the weekend.
By the weekend.
next
Ryan,
week.
you've got a week. If we'll do it the draw again next week if we don't hear from you. It's yours. Private message us at EOGTHFC. Get your hands on this. Well done to Ryan.
There could be nothing more Spursy than Ryan not calling in.
Yeah,
And having to do this all over again in a week. Like real after Lord Mayor's show stuff.
Yeah. All right. We're done. We're back on Wednesday.
Yeah.
You're back Wednesday, apparently. You or Gary.
Just let me know
I'll let you know.
if I'm needed.
Yeah.
Am I in the Am I in the Champions League squad or am I out?
It's a good point, actually.
Or have I replaced Gary because he's injured, ineligible?
You got to be in because this Wednesday show was your whole idea. So
Look, I'm trying to do things for the betterment of your show.
our show.
Our
It's
show.
never been my show. Our show. All right. We're done. We'll see you. I don't even know what time. 11:30?
I think we said yeah.
11 Wednesday. You were like literally there.
Sonny's coming on the show. He's back.
11:30 Wednesday, James.
I saw some video on Instagram or Twitter, wherever it was, of Son leaving the airport, wherever he was coming from. I feel like he's the only player that would get that kind of thing because Koreans are so big for him. Like Jimin Son leaving the airport to head to London, like you just wouldn't.
Yeah, probably.
Imagine if like Lloris was coming home, no one would really give a shit. I definitely Ad would. But
Close the gate. Close the gate.
Do you know what I mean? It's just like it's like an Ike. He's just like a king.
James, the reason it's so late was because that's the time you told us to come in. Anyway, we'll talk about that off air. We'll see you Wednesday, probably 11:30. James is about to shout at me. We'll see you soon. And up the Spurs.